super excited about our speaker today. I'll just read her bio. Ava is the owner of Ava's Pet Palace, and she makes pet treats. I actually ordered some, and we were gonna do a little bit of like trivia, but they are coming today, but they didn't come this morning, so we're gonna do it next week. You guys know I love a good game. Okay, so guys, this is Ava. She loves animals, and she loves them so much that when she was 6 years old, she begged her parents to start her business, Ava's Pet Palace. Finally, after constant pleading, she launched Ava's Pet Palace in 2016 when she was just 8 years old. Since then, she's been making organic and all-natural dog and cat treats in their family kitchen. It's been a lot of hard work, and her business finally really took off last June thanks to a lot of people who shared it on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. She now has customers in all 50 states. With the help of her mom, who is now her full-time employee, they process hundreds of orders each month. Her treats were recently certified USDA organic, and will be available in just a few weeks. The organic treats. The non-organic are available right now, and you guys should all go purchase them. Ava wants to inspire all girls to be who they want to be and to build businesses. She loves animals and believes that we should not only spoil our pets with kindness and love, but with nutrition that's the same as ours. Ava wants this world to be a happier, kinder place, and she wants to inspire others to change the world too. So let's please welcome Ava. And thank you so much for joining us. Take it away.
So before I start, I wanted to say that I do have a few notes right here, so if you see me glancing down a little bit, that's why. I wanted to make sure I had everything and I would talk about everything. So, my name is Ava. I'm an animal lover and the chief pet officer of Ava's Pet Palace. I've always loved animals and had the biggest passion for helping them. When I was 6 years old, I drew my first business plan, and we actually still have it right here. I drew this when I was 6, and we actually have a picture of it. We post it a lot on my Instagram because I get new audience a lot, and I want to make sure that they see this because this is what really started Ava's Pet Palace. So this had stuff. It was basically a palace for animals. It had stuff like an animal shelter, animal daycare, animals running free, restaurant for animals, just everything for animals. And about 2 years later, after I would constantly ask my parents if I could start Ava's Pet Palace and just do something with animals, they finally said yes. That's how I started with Ava's Pet Palace. I had to do a lot of researching on what was good for our animals, what they could eat, what would benefit them in some kind of way. And I knew I wanted to make organic treats because my family ate organic, and I believe that we should be feeding our animals just as good as we're eating. That's very important to me. And I just knew that I wanted to do something that was good for animals and that I could spend a lot of time with them. I had to try out a lot of different recipes, do a lot of testing, test batches, and I remember making my first treat. There's actually a picture way back on my Instagram about it. It was the first treat that I made, and it was a cheese treat. And this treat isn't the one I have now. I have a cheese treat now. We definitely did change up the recipe, but this was the first treat I made, and I was excited about it. I actually went outside to go pass them around my neighborhood because a lot of dogs around here where we live, and that was the only place other than giving them to our family dog that other dogs would be able to try them when I first started. And I remember them being a pretty big hit to a lot of dogs, but I specifically remember that there was one lady and her dog had allergies. So her dog was allergic to corn, wheat, and soy and couldn't have GMO, very sensitive stomach. And I took that information and wanted to go back with it. And I started making treats that dogs with sensitive stomachs to eat that were free of those three things. Those are the main allergy causes in treats. So I wanted to make sure they didn't have corn, wheat, and soy, and that they could just be the best treats possible. After I continued to work on my recipes and still changing them up a little bit because it does take a lot of time to finally get your perfect recipe, I was always working to try to find it. My parents helped a lot with that, and I was going to shows then. Shows were one of my favorite things to do. I would go to local events and sell my treats when I was 9, And this is one of my favorite parts because I would get to meet a lot of animals. That was my main thing. I wanted to see a lot of animals. I wanted to meet a lot of animals, and I just wanted to be able to play with them. That was what I really loved doing. And I would get to talk to people. But when I first started, there's actually a picture also of Throwback Thursday we just did of me at my first show. And I remember being so nervous at those shows. I wouldn't talk to anyone. I wouldn't be able to talk about my business. I was just a very shy person. But after I continued to go to them and I got out there more, continued to grow my business, I started to get more confident, which really helped me because it's important to know how to talk about your business. Again, my parents were a very big help. They would help me find shows to go to and just everything that I had to do to start Ava's Pet Palace. Since I still was very young, I couldn't do everything by myself, and I'm very grateful to have had them helping me. So before I fast forward to last summer, last February 2020, before COVID-19 happened and, a lot of things changed, I went to this gala, which was the Young Entrepreneur of the Year gala. And I did a pitch in front of over 700 people. It was three of us, three contestants, and we had to do our pitch, and the winner got $15,000 in prizes and cash. And I actually won that night. That was one of my first very big speaking engagements. I was super excited, nervous because I've never done anything that big. That was the first time I talked to that many people at one time. But I had a really fun time, and that was something that really helped my business grow. I got to meet a lot of people there, and it was a very fun time. Now to last year in June. So last June, 2020 was a different time, because of COVID, everything was changing. And during this time, a lot of people wanted to also support Black owned businesses and Black owned pet businesses. There was a Instagram story going around of people tagging Black owned pet businesses, and it was getting shared around a lot. And I ended up making that list on Instagram, and my business was shared hundreds and hundreds of times, reached a lot of different audiences, and I got a lot of new customers. I actually ended up getting about 1,200 orders in the span of 2 days. That was a very big step for us because we were doing we were making 1 to 2 batches of treats before that, but we had to go from doing that to doing 8, 9 batches. We had to get new commercial mixer, oven, just everything that we had to do to get these orders out in a reasonable time, because we didn't have much time to do that, but we definitely did have to figure out a way to work fast. And that was another hard part, getting everything done. It took a lot of planning out, and that was a very big stepping stone for Ava's Pet Palace. It really showed how much we can get done if in that certain amount of time when we really need to. So I would say that the biggest change of that time was that my mom, she actually quit her job to work for me, Ava's Pet Palace, full time. And this was a very big sacrifice change that my mom took for me and my business. And I am super grateful for it because now she works on Ava's Pet Palace full time, and I'm just super grateful to have someone. When I'm at school, it's hard to manage school with Ava's Pet Palace. She's now there to help me with anything I need for Ava's Pet Palace. Since a lot of things last year were closed, we couldn't do what we were usually doing. We couldn't go to shows. I like talking to people as well. After I started to get more confident in talking to people, that's something I really enjoy, and I couldn't do that anymore. we were staying home, and I had to figure out other things to do to keep myself busy, to continue to grow Ava's Pet Palace. And I was doing online events just like this one. I did a lot of things that I'd never done before, tried a lot of new things. It was a very cool time to experience those things, but it was also difficult because of everything that was going on. But it was pretty cool to try a lot of new things. I spent a lot of time building my social media following and customer base. I had to do a lot of fun videos. I would make animal fact videos, just do a lot of different ideas because that attracts a new audience, new customers, and I had to find a way to keep my audience, new and old, entertained, along with trying to get as many people to be customer that returns at the same time. I had to keep myself focused on Ava's Pet Pals during that time because we had a lot of free time and I could have been doing a lot of other things, but I wanted to make sure that I was trying to grow my business because this was a time where we had a lot of time at home, and um, I wanted to make sure that I was doing things that would continue to grow my business during that time and not stop because I know a lot of things were difficult. So now I've sold over 20,000 bags. I've sold my treats in all 50 states. I just got my new bag with my USDA organic certification stamp on it. One of my treats, my salmon chips, are sold on Amazon. I don't think I mentioned this, but I have my protein treats and then my biscuit treats. I have my cheese please bites, which are dog treats, my my gum bananas, which are also dog treats, then my peanut pot cookies, dog treats, and then salmon chips, which are dog treats, and then my salmon snacks, dog treats, and then my salmon nuggets are my cat treats, and my salmon chips are the ones that I did a Kickstarter for back in March to help get with the initial cost of getting them produced. And now they're available on Amazon. That's very exciting. We've been trying to do that for a long time, and I'm very excited for what's to come with that. And now we're going to be moving my treats to being made in a manufacturer very soon because we still make everything in our house except the salmon chips. So all those 20,000 bags of treats we've been making in our house. So it's definitely been um, something that we've been wanting to do for a long time, get the treats made somewhere else because it's starting to get pretty hard to make them here. With last year that really showed us how hard it was to get all the treats done, and we really have to work to move them to a manufacturer very soon. And lastly, I wanted to talk about my work with shelters and my other Kickstarter that I did 2 years ago. So I like working with shelters a lot. I enjoy volunteering at them. I just like being around animals, being able to help the people at the shelter, the animals there. It's something that I really enjoy doing. And I was close with a few shelters before COVID. I would go and help out with them. Um, it was very fun for me because I love being around animals. That was another one of my favorite things to do, and I really enjoyed doing that during that time. So I hope I can start doing that again, when things start to finally open up again and get better. And lastly, my Kickstarter. So this is going way back to 2 years ago. In 2019, I did my Kickstarter to get my first real bags, I guess you could say, made. So these are my first bags that we had gotten made by someone else. And we designed them still. I helped with the designing, but someone else was, printing them. And we needed help with the cost to get those made. So I did a Kickstarter for 2,000. 3,000. I can't remember exactly what it was to help get those made. And we ended up reaching our goal. And that was how I got my very first bag. Ava's Pet Palace has definitely come a very long way, very far in the time that I've been working. I don't think I mentioned this, but I don't know if it was in the bio you mentioned either, but I'm 14 and I started Ava's Pet Palace when I was 8 years old. But do this picture when I was 6. I'm very excited of what's to come for Ava's Pet Palace and proud of how far we've already taken Ava's Pet Palace. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you, Ava. Oh, sorry. Okay, thanks, Ava. Does anyone have any questions? Wow. Anybody? Rick?
Next 3, 4, 5 years, what's the vision?
Okay, Ava, the question was, for the next 3, 4 years, what is your vision for the growth of Ava's Pet Palace?
So for the next 3 to 4 years, I really want to work on marketing and getting Ava's Pet Palace out there more. So right now, since we're still making the treats at home, we haven't really been able to focus on marketing because, the more Ava's Pet Palace gets out there, the more orders will come in, the more people will want to do different things. And right now, we just can't make all the treats at home. So within the next 3 to 4 years, I'd love to get my treats in more stores. I'd like to focus more on my website, selling treats there, and just overall growing my brands in every aspect. New products, but I mainly want to focus on Amazon and my website, selling treats there, and just building Ava's Pet Palace.
Go ahead, John.
Can I just talk? Can you hear me?
Just ask and I'll repeat it just to make sure.
I'm wondering, you must have a lot of people who like what you're doing. Is there some kind of a club that you have that people sign up to belong to after they start buying your treats for their pets?
So the question was, you must have a lot of people that like what you're doing. Do you have a list of people who sign up, like an email list, John?
Yes. So
a club. Okay, a club.
I do not have a club right now. I have my I'm on Instagram and Facebook. That's where most people follow me and follow what I'm doing, but I do not have a club right now. I do have an email list, but not a club currently. That's a good idea, though. I like that.
Tom Carlisi, do you want to go ahead and ask your question? I saw you pop one up there, I think, on Zoom.
Actually, I didn't put a question up, but I want to make a statement.
Yes, make it.
Ava, congratulations. I think you're an inspiration. And I want to share with you that in the past, there's been a Rotarian, Sherilyn Rushton, in our club that has worked with young inventors and entrepreneurs. And she's gotten some of the young people on some of the talk shows, national, at night. Okay. So I would recommend that you look in your marketing plan to get on some shows, that give you some national exposure. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for that idea.
Thanks, Tom. Dana, you said you have a question?
I do. Ava, thank you for joining us. I have a question. I wanted to tell you first, I follow you on Instagram and I love the picture of your cat sitting at your desk and then your dog sitting at your desk too. And I have my little dog here who I bought some treats for on your
cute.
I wanted to ask how you do taste testing for your treats.
How I do taste testing, you said?
Yes.
So, come here, Lacey. Come here. Lacey is actually right here. Can I grab her real quick? I want to show her. Okay, so.
We're never going to say no to seeing a dog or a cat. Oh.
So here, Lacey is. She's our Ava's Pet Palace taste tester. And she was actually our second taste tester, our family dog. He passed away now, but he was our first taste tester for Ava's Pet Palace. He tried the original treats, but Lacey now tries all the treats that we make. She makes sure to have every batch we make. Her favorite are probably the salmon chips.
Oh, good. That's what I bought. Salmon chips. And I think I bought the cheese ones too. Thank
Those
you.
are also her favorite.
Great pick, Dana. Great pick. Mark, you have a question?
So, aside from yourself and your mother, how many more employees do you have? Question one.
First question, it's a two-parter, Ava. First question, aside from you and your mom, how many other employees do you have? And
Where all do you have? Are your treats placed? Where can they be purchased?
where can your treats be purchased? Like on your website and on Amazon, but are there other places besides those two places?
So right now, my mom works for Ava's Pet Palace full time, and my dad, he does help out a lot with Ava's Pet Palace. And I would say the only other person is my cousin who helps out. But I would say that it's just us for right now. But we're hoping to expand pretty soon because we do need some help. And my treats are available on my website, avaspetpalace.com, Amazon, and then about 20 stores nationwide right now. I don't have the names of all of them exactly, but off the top of my head, they are in 3 of the Bentley's Pet Stuffs in Illinois, and then Earthwise Pet, which is here in Illinois as well, and then Painted Tree.
Great. Thank you. Are there any, Rick Studer. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, hold on, Ava. We got him coming in hot.
Okay.
Do you have any time to go to school?
Do you have time to go to school, is Rick Studer's question.
So, school, yes, I am still in school, and I had to learn how to balance school pretty well because with Ava's Pet Palace, there are things I can do for Ava's Pet Palace and school, so that definitely took a lot of time and practice to balance everything out.
Thank you. Jim?
I wondered how she balanced school, play, and work.
Oh yeah, do you have like downtime? Like what do you do for fun?
For
Make dog
fun,
treats?
I like to ride my bike outside. I like being outside. I like playing with my dog and cat. I do have I can't think of anything else that I do stuff. I like to bake other than dog treats. I like to cook desserts, things like that. I like listening to music, and volunteering at rescues and shelters is definitely one of my favorites. I do other things that I can't think of, but yeah, those are the main things. I like being outside a lot.
We have started recently, our club has started doing some volunteer work with local shelters. That's not something Rotary has
cool.
done in the past typically, so that's something I really love a lot. And Dana, who held up her dog Willie, the Chinese crested, we're gonna do a dog beauty pageant next year, and she thinks
cool.
Willie's gonna win. So I don't know about
That's
that, but
cool. That sounds fun.
yeah, we're pretty excited about it. Do we have any other questions? Yes.
How many friends has she influenced that said they'd like to start their own business?
Oh, that's a great question. How many of your friends have you influenced to start their own business?
So my friends now, they all think it's very cool and are proud of me and what I've done with Ava's Pet Palace. And then some of my friends from camp, so those were my school friends, and then friends from my camp. This camp I went to, it's for young entrepreneurs. It's called Envision Lead Grow, and it's an all girls camp, and that's where I met a lot of my friends who also have businesses, but I have inspired them to continue to work on their businesses, because when I had joined the program, I had already had my business made, and a lot of my friends there were thinking about their ideas, so I would help them with with their ideas and just other things. But that was very fun to do. I like doing that as well, inspiring other people, helping other people too.
That's awesome. Anybody else? Yes.
Just a comment, it seems like you're neglecting cats.
Oh, well, she does make cat treats.
Yes.
David wants to comment that it seems like you are neglecting cats. So just if you want to marinate on that for a little bit. Did I see a hand over there? No? Okay. Are there any other questions on Zoom? Just jump in if there is. Anybody? Okay, well, Ava, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today. I think your business is so awesome. I'm so excited for my treats to come today. I'm going to give some away at our next meeting next week. And I will send out a link in our next, well, Scott will, in our next newsletter, so we can all give them a try if anybody is interested in trying the treats. So thank you so much. We really appreciate your time, and good luck with everything that's next for Ava's Pet Palace.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
I had a lot of fun today. See ya.
Bye.
And I hope your pup loves the treats.
Oh, they will, for sure. They eat garbage. I mean, I didn't mean, no, that sounded terrible. I mean, they definitely will. They're going to love them, but, you know, that sounded awful. They're going to love them, Ava. It's going to be a huge step up. It was terrible. Such a great speech. It was. Oh, boy. Okay, guys. They're going to be really good. They, like, her salmon, I've seen it before. They literally just, like, dry, like, dehydrate salmon. It's just, like, pieces of salmon. So my dogs eat, like, tortoise poop out of my yard. So they're going to really love actual, like, fresh, organic things. It came out really wrong, and I feel terrible. I'm going to have to email her now. I think that's it, guys. Have a great week.